Peace. Happy now. Now the vibrate. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now. Remember that the ego, you know what I'm saying? Like, the ego is not bad. And if you have the idea that the ego is bad, that's the ego itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, the ego is trying to create, extreme separation, extreme delusion, you know what I'm saying? And that's how it survives, it's like feeling like, oh, KarlHaynes is, the end all be all, you know what I'm saying, as you being this individual, and it's realizing that it's no good or bad to our ego. In the moment that we do feel that our ego is, bad or even good, you know what I'm saying, in that sense of it, like judging it as either, that's the ego within itself because it's trying to say, oh, I'm on this one side, and then there's this other side instead of realizing, both sides exist in everything, you know what I'm saying? There's a positive and a negative aspect to me doing this video, you know what I'm saying? Like, there could, you could find some negatives in me doing this video, you could find some positives in me doing this video, but again, just remembering that, it's not us against our ego type of energy, because again, that thought itself is the ego, you know what I'm saying, or it's me against, you know what I'm saying, like this is me against that, you know what I'm saying, when it's not. And again, like, just realizing that the aspect of our ego that we're not, we're not trying to see overpower us in that sense of it. Again, like, see, this balance is the ego aspect that's trying to keep us in the delusion, keep us into duality, keep us into thinking that our individual is the end all be all, and a part of the ego that constantly tries to disconnect us from our spiritual practice and from aligning with our higher self, and again, you're not necessarily eliminating it as much as you're just not allowing for it to, govern your whole experience. Again, being balanced and understanding the importance, of like the ego in this experience. Again, it's neither good nor bad, right nor wrong. And I always use the little Terrence McKenna quote of like, we got an ego enough to know that when I get hungry, instead of putting a spoon of food in somebody else's mouth, I put it in my mouth. Because of course, again, I'm on a unique experience, and at the same time, this unique experience not the end all be all, but again, like, it's a healthy aspect of survival mode, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, again, making sure I'm taking care of myself, the whole aspect of like, doing what we love and allowing for revenue to flow through us, allowing for that currency to flow, that's connected with the ego, but in a healthy aspect. Again, like, because if we're doing it from an aspect of what we love and connecting with our spirit and allowing for it to move, through in that manner, that's a balanced aspect because my spirit is being, nourished, and my bodysuit, or, the healthy aspect of my ego is being nourished, so it's a balance. And again, like I talked about in the extreme oneness aspect of like, oh, everything is one, everything is interconnected. So, I'm gonna pour some manure on my chest so the grass outside could grow. The grass outside is gonna eat the manure through it being poured on my chest. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not oneness to that aspect, you know what I'm saying? Because even again, like with inside the body, I always use that example, like it's individual experience, but not to get lost in it. The liver has to be the liver. The stomach has to be the stomach, but not to the point where it thinks it's better than any other body part, or it tries to, overpower the other organs, or, things of this nature. Like, it does its unique task and holds its unique space, and at the same time, it's holding that unique space in balance with the rest of the body, you know what I'm saying? And that's the key, Same thing like when people talk about like race and, oh, you being racist when you talk about melanin or this and that. It's like, no, this is, the aspect of it. We're in a balanced situation. Again, we have a human bodysuit. Our human bodysuit. Again, like people talk about, there's no color. Well, how you work on your chakras? Your chakras have certain colors. Crystals have certain colors for a reason, but it's not for us to judge those crystals or judge our chakras because of the colors they are. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, acknowledging that they do have colors. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the melanin aspect. Like, and again, as above, so below, as within, so without. From the inner gnosis of, being like, seeing that we're like in a body or whatever, and we're like cells in the body, quote unquote, melanated people is the same as, melanin in the body, and that melanin serves a purpose within the body. And when that melanin is unbalanced or sick, then the rest of the body is unbalanced and sick, you know. Hence, you see in this reality again, like, what I'm saying, within this this matrix illusion, however you want to talk about it, but within this bodysuit, because our bodysuit is a part of the illusion, in that essence of it. But within this oh dang, within the within this aspect, again, you got the balance of having your unique experience, and then also realizing that you're, interconnected to something bigger. But again, just to remember that, again, like, the ego is not a battle of me against my ego. It's about us understanding all aspects of our being, from the shadows, the imperfections, you know, uh, you know, weaknesses, like all those aspects. You know what I'm saying? Not just the quote unquote good parts or the strengths. Is being whole and balanced with all the aspects of our being. But that's basically it. Cause I just wanted to share that. That's been coming up a lot lately, just to have that reminder. Like, there's a healthy aspect of the ego, and it's not about us battling it out against our ego, because our ego does serve a purpose. It's neither positive. I mean, it's both positive and, both positive and negative exist in it. You know what I'm saying? Just like positive and negative exist in everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, meditation and connecting with spirit could be seen as positive, but it could also have a negative effect as well, depending on how you operate with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, you could see the positive and negative in every aspect of what we deal with. Somebody constantly giving you money. That could be seen as positive, but it also could have a negative aspect. Or an alligator biting off your arm. It could be seen as negative, but it also has a positive aspect to it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some type of learning experience you gain from that. Or when you went to go get your prosthetic limb, you met somebody who, you know what I'm saying, who aligned with you as a companion or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or something blessed to you, like, some type of blessing came after you got your arm bit off or whatever. And again, with the aspect of balance, also, like with positive and negative aspects, you know, and reason why things lean more towards the positive energy, and we say positive energy for lack of a better word, but I kind of want to say, like, in essence, high vibrational energy, in that sense of it. But, like, again, the alligator biting my arm off, I could learn from that experience, like, and I'm using it in a negative sense. So, like, a negative situation happened. Because another thing too about embracing negativity, you're embracing it, but not to the point, again, like being extreme or constantly just having it always, in your moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might have learned from having that alligator bite off my arm. Say, for instance, I learned from that negative experience, I gained some positive aspects. But just because, that negative experience was a learning experience doesn't mean I'm going to go back to the alligator and tell him to bite off my other arm, aka just because there's a balance with, embracing negativity doesn't mean that I'm going and looking for, a negative experience, in that sense of it. You know, like again, it's a balance, but for the most part, that's it. Just want to share about, realizing that the ego, does serve a purpose. It's neither bad nor good. And the moment you go to looking at it as, oh, I'm against my ego, or I have to kill my ego, or like that's the ego itself. Like it's just trying to constantly have you on me versus this, you know. Like if you ever find yourself in that me versus this mode, you know what I'm saying? And in essence, that's again, like the delusional aspect, of this illusion, and and that aspect of the ego that's uh, moving you further away from the alignment with your, soul and spirit, within the bodysuit. But that's basically it. Again, but being grateful for the negativity, being grateful for the contrast, because it does serve a purpose. You know, again, grateful for that negativity, just as much as we're grateful for the positive aspects. Because again, like the negative and positive allows for us to have this experience. I'm grateful for the shit because by that shit existing, it allows for roses to smell so good. You know what I'm saying? Like, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like again, like everything, I'm grateful for the I was gonna say hot water. I always go to the hot water, cold water, but you get what I'm saying. Like again, like both sides to one coin is what creates this experience. You know what I'm saying? But that's basically it. Just want to again give that reminder. But peace, peace. Happy now. Now the vibrate, of course. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past.